Stuart Pallister from INSEAD Knowledge. Professor Porter, you've been speaking here a bit about how companies should face the economic downturn. What would be your best advice at the moment? You seem to be saying that companies should try to take a long-term approach, but for many companies will be just looking at trying to survive right now.
Well, that's of course the paradox of economic downturns, is that every bit of pressure is pulling companies to doing whatever is necessary to survive, and of course ultimately companies have to survive, or they don't exist anymore. So in a sense one has to be pragmatic about survival, but I guess what we found over and over again is that to survive, you actually have to have a capacity to sort of integrate the short term and the long term, and think about the two together. And you can't take actions in the short term that seem expedient if they ultimately don't, if they ultimately undermine what's different or unique about the company. So, companies that really overreact to the downturn, I think, get themselves into big trouble. So, for example, in a downturn, the customer almost always gets more price sensitive. Partly because the customer is under pressure, but also partly because there's not many customers. And so the ones that exist know that they have power, so they beat down hard on the company to try to bargain a low price. Now, suppose the company is strategically really focused on providing excellent products with excellent service. You might think that because the customer is more price sensitive in the downturn, then the company should actually cut back on its service and on its features. But actually, that's probably the worst thing it could do, because then it will lose first of all, it will undermine its longer term success, and it will really become just like its competitors, who are all cutting price as well. So the paradox of downturns is that you have to sort of simultaneously kind of deal with the short term without forgetting the long term, and there's a number of different ways that I talked about.